like to welcome everybody.
The number one favorite station at ATL, Power 108.9.
Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media.
How can I find you?
Instagram.
At Power 108.9.
And Facebook.
At Power 108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9.
Okay.
Power 108.9. A station for the people.
If you're a content creator, social media socialite, influencer, or simply love to record current events, you need the joystick. The joystick is an essential tool for every type of digital content creator. It holds 2 or more mobile phones or tablets, allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously. And it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystick.com.
Hive is the all-new online eyewear boutique and is your new spot for hand-picked, fashion framed glasses. Styles for men and women for winter, summer, spring, and fall. Everything you need to protect your eyes and look good doing it. Check us out online at hive-life.com. That's HYVE-life.com. And on Insta at Hive_Hive, helping your vision evolve. Trendy, classic, fashion frames.
Are you looking for today's very best tasting juices and smoothies? Then look no further than coldpressgwinnett.org. Our premium juices are never diluted and never pasteurized. They are always 100% delicious and 100% organic. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's time to give your body what it craves to stay fit and healthy. Give us a call at 678-696-1011 to place your orders today, or visit us online at coldpressgwinnett.org. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's the very best tasting juice you'll ever have.
If you've never been to Power 108, let me tell you something. It smells amazing. I don't know where the smell is coming from. It looks vacuumed. The microphone has definitely been sanitized. Okay, like this is a no COVID zone, okay? This is a no germ zone, okay?
Yes.
I wanted to cough, but I'm scared that
surgery, man.
if I coughed, I feel like somebody's gonna come get me. It's gonna be like, Skr, come with me.
Power 108.9. A station for the people.
Yo, this is Michael McFadden of Power 108.9, and you're listening to the Unbroken Experience with Cindy B. Don't believe me? Simply say, hey, Alexa, play Power 108.9. Let's go.
The opinions and views expressed by this program are those of the program host, and guest, and do not necessarily reflect the views of Power 108.9 and its officials. We hope you enjoy.
Yeah. The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B. You know what it be. Yeah, you heard it all before.
Cheers, cheers. We are here, and that means it is Thursday, and you are listening to the Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9. We are back from spring break the last 2 weeks. A girl's been getting her tan on. I don't know what your favorite co-host, G. Pooh, been doing, but we'll catch up with him as well. You know, I've got Sin's Corner for you after the break, and we have a special guest that's going to join us on there. I cannot wait to introduce you to her. And, of course, you know I've got that 7:30 Crazy at the 7:30 hour. And what would Sin say at the top of the 8 o'clock hour? Tonight's topic is Queen of the Jungle. So you all know that I have, you know, we're wrapping it. I'm about to wrap up this discovery period of the dating jungle so that I can transition into getting y'all together throughout the rest of the year, okay? Because we're going to get this jungle together, all right? But tonight's topic, Queen of the Jungle, you know, the what they call the strong women, the boss ladies, all of those kinds of things. Is it that hard to be dating in the jungle these days? And also when you're of a particular age as well, is it harder? Let me know. I want to know all the feedback, so make sure you stay tuned in and share. We'll come back with Sin's Corner. You're listening to the Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9, and we'll be right back.
Keep it locked. Power 108.9, the station for the people.
Yo, it's Michael McFadden for our friends over at Credit Building Professionals. You know what they do? They help their clients achieve better credit. How? Late payments, fraud, liens, charge-offs, student loans. They do it all. Get results in 30 to 90 days, and it's very simple to contact them. Hit them up on their website, creditbuildingprofessionals.com, or give them a call, 678-447-2012. Once again, 678-447-2012. Tell them you heard it on Power 108.9. What up, Credit Craig?
I really liked the after effect of when, the Denzel, Tyler Perry moment. I think that was not highlighted enough. I think if I wild out, y'all would be the ones on the side like, Elam.
I'd be like this.
After that.
Elam slapped the shit out of him.
And then there's them.
You going to jail.
Get yourself some
Sue his
mentors.
ass.
Get yourself the right mentors. If you have the wrong people in your camp, this is the stuff that can happen.
Sue the light bulb off his t-shirt. I don't give a damn.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Malik McFadden, and did you know that you can listen to Power 108.9 24/7? Just visit the website, power1089.com, or simply say, Alexa, play Power 108.9. Yeah.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9. It is time for Sin's Corner. And your favorite guest co-host, excuse me, G Cool is back in the building.
Hey.
You've been practicing.
Yeah, my voice a little jacked up. You know what I mean?
Been a couple weeks.
Spring break got me in my bag a little bit. You know what I mean?
Barbarian Burn is
Yes.
back in action.
Yes.
Out there
We've been out here
yelling
wilding a little bit. You saw us with the kids?
Yes.
Yeah, it was about 600 to 700 kids and about 1,000 total.
I love it.
Outside in the heat too.
Ooh, that's too much. I can't do
The sun I'm back.
I love
got my
it.
shades on, hat backwards, and I'm wearing the shirts again. Winter is done.
I love it. All right, so we have a special guest in the building.
Yes, we do.
And her name, everyone, is Miss Erin Hodge. We know her as Miss E. Marie Eats. Erin, say hey to the people.
Hey, people. Hey, y'all.
And don't be shy on that mic tonight.
I am not shy at all.
All right, so you know what, Erin, I found you, I think, on the Explorer page. My Explorer page is full of food.
Yes, you like to eat.
Well, I love the dining experience. I'm not a huge eater. Like my stomach gets full real quick. But I love good flavor, good cooking, whether it's Southern style or exquisite or whatever it is. I love the dining experience. I don't remember which meal it was I saw, but it was enough to hit follow. And then I think that was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was at least 2 years ago.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been on you ever since.
I know. And it's been nice to have you, too.
Yes.
I appreciate all the love and support.
Of course. You know, I give your name to everybody.
I know.
She's a foodie.
I know. People tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, that you referred them. So I definitely appreciate all the love.
Yes, definitely. And my son loves your spaghetti.
Yeah.
That was
I
his
thought
thing.
your daughter said it was bussin'.
Yes, daughter
Okay.
said it was bus. That's exactly
right.
what she said.
She said it's bussin'.
Exactly.
I said, okay, babe.
Double up.
That's right. Okay, so I know you've been cooking since a young girl.
Yes.
First time in the kitchen, about 8 years old?
Yeah, about 8 years old with my grandmother.
Okay, where are you originally from?
I'm from Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm from, how they say, up top.
So they cook up there?
Yeah. What?
They seem like they just order out and
No,
eat
that
out.
is the biggest myth. So here's the thing, right? Like
Okay.
a lot of the older women, right? They migrated from South, right? So they came up there and they taught all us young women how to cook.
Well,
my grandmother and my great grandmother is both from Georgia. So.
Okay. Okay. And you were in New Jersey for how long?
I was in New Jersey all my life, born and raised there. I didn't move to Georgia until about 5 years ago.
Oh, recent.
So, yeah.
Come on, Peach.
To about 5 years ago. So I've been there my whole life. Born in the city of Newark, New Jersey. And then once I became an adult, I moved to Sussex County.
Okay.
And raised my family there. So.
Okay. All right. So I know, I remember seeing a son and a daughter. Is that all?
No, I actually have 3 children.
Okay.
I have 3 wonderful children. Okay. So I guess this is the point where when you talk about your children, you age yourself, right? So, I mean, it is what it is.
Is it above 40? Is it above 50?
Who, me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm on the 5th floor. I'll put it
Okay,
that way.
we'll take that.
I'm on the 5th floor.
And the reason why I say that is because you really can't tell.
At all. You look amazing.
Okay, thank
Look,
you.
isn't that skin popping?
Thank you. Okay.
Glowing.
Girl.
Come on in.
I can't wait to get into the discussion. So
All right, I want to hear some of her stories.
Okay, I do too. She out here in these streets looking like that.
And you've been in Georgia just 5 years. I want to know.
Well, not in the streets, but I'm
but
hustling.
you out there,
I'm
yeah.
hustling, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
all right. So you are still, or are you retired CPA?
I'm still a CPA. I'm going to always be a
True,
CPA,
that's
no
true,
matter
yeah.
what path I decide to follow. I'm always going to be a CPA. It was very hard to become a CPA, so I'm going
Yeah.
to claim that until they put me in the ground.
I know that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I had a very long career as a certified public accountant. I've worked for some of the largest accounting firms in the world.
Wow.
And it's just I decided to transition and make a different move.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask me about that. They say, "Oh my gosh, why would you decide to do something totally opposite?" I think that everybody, right, no matter who you are, you always have competing talents, right?
Yes.
You have things that are more
Yes.
technical, but you also, I know for me personally, I wanted to kind of do something that was going to showcase my creative talents as
Sure.
well.
Okay.
And I chose something that has always been very near and dear to me. So that's kind of how I made my transition. But truth be told, being a CPA is what has really helped me with my entrepreneurial
business
efforts
savvy.
because from what I hear from a lot of entrepreneurs, that's the thing that takes them down.
The finances. Finances, taxes,
Hand
not having
raised.
capital,
Yeah.
to do what you need
Just
to do.
trying to
Yeah.
maneuver that all. And so already being an entrepreneur is very difficult. And when you don't have that and you have to rely on other people from the beginning,
Yes.
that creates a big
Yep.
problem for you.
Yep.
So it's definitely not a talent or a skill set that's wasted.
The
It's serving
100%.
me very well.
I believe that. So
It
you
served me
started
very well.
Emery Eats Win, and what made you decide, outside of just doing it out of love, that all right, it's time to take this to the next level and make it a business?
Yeah. So what happens is, obviously, like I said, I have 3 children, and I have a daughter, an older daughter. She's 30 years old.
Okay.
And I have twins, a girl and a boy, that are 26.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. And so, when you're raising a family, you do focus a lot of your energy and effort on that, right? And I come from a generation where going to college and getting a college degree and getting a job was what you were supposed
Exactly,
to do, right?
yes.
And so I did that, and I love what I did. I love my career, but it wasn't fully satisfying me. And it wasn't until I was empty nesting, I was going through a divorce, and I decided, you know what? Let me now try to turn some of the attention back onto myself and find something that I love, that's near and dear to me, to my heart, the essence of who I am. And try to make a living doing that. And so that's what kind of made me retire myself from the corporate environment.
Okay.
That was the main thing.
Okay.
And then the other thing is that I just got tired of having to show up to work every day and being a different person.
Yes, yes.
Because I was operating at a very high level in management. And unfortunately, you have to in order to succeed in that fast-paced environment, you have to be a different person. And that's fine when you're young and you're just trying to make it to the top and you're trying to be successful.
Right.
And you figure out what you need to do and you do it, right? But as you get older and you have more years behind you than you feel like you might have in front of you, you want to get closer and closer to being your authentic self.
I agree.
And so so that's
I love
those
that.
two things are the reason why I said, you know what, enough. I'm done with this.
I love that, Erin. So, like I said, when I found you, it was on Instagram. Is that where you first started? Did you go live? You just started posting? Talk about that journey.
Okay, so I have been cooking since I was 8 years old,
Right.
very, very young. And I'm a self-taught chef, which I'm very, very proud of. I don't need to have a degree in cooking. I cook my behind off, okay?
Yes.
Point blank and the period, okay? And so, just being on social media in general for personal reasons. And then I said, you know what? Let me see if I can monetize this, right? So I started posting little things. In the beginning, before it was Emery Eats, it was just, let me show off my plate of food that I cook. I was one of those people.
Yeah.
Let me just post this real quick.
Look what I did.
Right? Let me just post this real quick. And and people seem to enjoy it. They seem to like it. And so once you realize that what you have to offer, people are interested in it, if you're serious about it, you find ways to take it to the next level. So no, I didn't like go live and say, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
I kind of just slid in the back door with it, right?
Yeah.
I slid in the back door with it. And then I kind of transitioned to Instagram more as opposed to being on Facebook.
Okay.
Because I found that trying to network with strangers was a lot better
on Instagram
than trying to network with just people that just knew me from like high school or like elementary school. It wasn't transitioning over.
So,
right.
I think we as entrepreneurs know that journey of whether you're already in your business or you're getting into the entrepreneur world, and you feel like your family and friends should be like your biggest customers.
They are
consistent.
not. They are not.
They are not.
Biggest haters, and they don't even know it. They don't even mean to be. They just doubt it.
Especially
sure
if they've
wanna
known
do
you the
that?
longest,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
They've known you the longest.
And I've never personally felt it was like being a hater per se, but I understood because I have a lot of friends that are entrepreneurs and I've heard them speak on it. So by the time I was kind of going into that, I kind of already understood that don't expect that from family and friends, people you've known your whole life. And I don't take it personally at all. It's just that people, they know you from when you was little, or they know, most of my friends know me as a CPA working in corporate America, and now I'm posting food, and they're like, "Girl, get out of here!"
Right.
What you doing?
Right. What is he doing?
Right. So I know for me, I started in the entrepreneurial world when I was 26. I'm 40 now, and none of my friends were entrepreneurs.
Oh.
And none of my circle. I mean, I'm 2008. Yeah. I'm like, right, do some math. The only, semi-entrepreneur world that they were in, they were either a realtor or a loan officer. But the real entrepreneur world, they weren't in, they didn't understand it. So I always was kind of doing my own thing. And I always was with way older people than I was.
Yes.
So I never really looked at my friends as having the capacity to be able to invest, support financially or anything like that. My only requirement is if I got something, show up. That's it. Yeah. That's
attendance.
it. You don't even got to buy anything.
I need a body right
Keep
now.
the money. Get in the building.
Yes, that's all that's still my only requirement. If I got something going on, show up. But I never had the mentality that my friends and family should be my customers. If they are, that's fine.
They're not your target audience.
No.
And that's what we, as entrepreneurs, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make, and they injure themselves. You really, when you're getting upset because your friends and family is not supporting you, you're really injuring yourself, because you shouldn't even be thinking that. They're not your target audience. If you sell lip glosses, why are you mad that everybody in your family is not buying lip glosses?
Especially
Aunt
if
Hattie don't want lip gloss. Like, she don't want it. So why are you upset? You know what I mean?
Agreed.
But no, I kind of was the opposite. A lot of my friends are, accountants. We have this this stigma attached to us that we're very uptight, we're very stiff, and we don't like to have fun.
Yeah.
And, all that other kind of stuff. I'm sure you know the CPA jokes. I see you looking at me. Okay.
I'm looking right at you.
And it's mostly true.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not, right?
Okay.
I'm an outlier. So what happens for me is I'll go to work and I have to be this person, right? And then when I go home, I'm a different person.
Completely. You don't even sound the same.
Right.
So and I can't wait to get on that, because you can see it all through her page too,
Right.
She'll tell us if you don't like the twerk, go on and go somewhere else.
Listen, if I'm
it.
exercising and you got a problem with me exercising, we all have personal lives as well. And I think that that's what endears people to you, when they can come to your page or they can feel like they have a window. We live in a global world, right?
Yeah.
So you know me. You could very well be at the gym with me, right, Cindy? But most of my followers can't. Right. They want to know, is this all this girl do is cook?
Exactly.
Is she a real human being? Is she a real person?
Exactly.
It's fun for a minute, but after a while, people get a little bored of that.
I was literally just having this conversation with one of my very close friends, and I told them, I said, I don't really like to go to pages and all I see is business, unless it's something tech wise. Like, you want to get to know who you potentially could be working with, Who are they? What do y'all do?
Especially if it's a social setting too.
Yeah.
Involved.
Right.
You know, like if I got to interact with you, okay, how do you sound?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like you may sound totally different than you look.
Right.
You may have an attitude for real. You may be
Sure.
acting when you're shooting commercials.
Right.
Who are you?
Yes.
Or when you go to a page and you only see pictures.
Yes.
I'm like, nah, you phony.
Right. Right.
If you come to my page, you're gonna see me looking beat like this. You're gonna see me looking ugly. You're gonna see me, my hair gonna be all over the place. You might see me, you know what I mean?
Real
Like
life.
Real of
you're gonna
it
see a
all.
real person, and I don't apologize for any of it.
Yeah.
But getting back to your point, I just wanted to make sure I jumped in and said, like, your earlier point, a lot of my female friends are actually younger than me. And I used to didn't understand why, but I guess it's because we kind of have a lot of things in common.
Sure.
Some of my older friends, obviously, we go back to like, 8th grade, ninth grade, right? But my younger friends are mostly entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Because again, people in my age group, we went to college.
Yeah.
We went to a college preparatory high school. The goal was to go to college and get a job, right?
Yeah.
But as I kind of, once I, obviously graduated from college and stuff like that, I kind of befriended a lot of younger women. So most of my girlfriends are at least 10 years younger than me.
Okay.
And so that's where I learned a lot of just by watching them and just being inspired by them.
Their
So
ambition.
they, it's, people think, oh, you can only learn from people older than you. That's so
not
not
true.
the case.
That is definitely not the case.
Definitely not
That's
the
And
case.
if you have that, if you have that mentality, you're going to be missing out on a lot.
Yeah.
Especially this new generation, they get a lot of flack sometimes, but I don't know if it's their free spirit, a lack of this, that, and the other. There's a lot of negative things that can come with the new generation. But what I do like about them, they don't understand the word no.
Yes.
They don't understand the word no.
And
let's
like
talk about
that.
that later too.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
It's good and bad.
That's a good trait to have because
and bad.
if you do it correctly, what it does is on the other end, the person on the receiving end of that, they perceive that as, oh wow, this person is ambitious. Maybe I should pay attention to them.
Exactly.
Right.
So
agree
it
with that.
could be in your favor, but if you're tactless with it,
Yeah.
then you're annoying
You're
now,
begging.
and now I'm going to purposely ignore you.
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly. So then you started cooking.
Yeah.
You started E. Marie Eats. Well, not started cooking, but business wise.
Yeah.
And then you started your cookbook during the pandemic, right? You created your cookbook.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
I actually did. I released my first cookbook. So I decided right before I retired myself, because it was something that's not something you just wake up. Well, I kind of did, but kind of didn't. So 2019, I decided, you know what, this is something I think I might want to do. I had already gotten a couple clients as a private chef here in Atlanta, but I was, they say you work your 9 to 5. So your 9 to 5 fuels your 5 to 9.
Yes.
And then when you retire yourself from your 9 to 5, you work 24/7.
Yeah,
entrepreneur.
basically.
Okay. So I said, if I really think I'm going to do this, let me go ahead and incorporate my business, right? While I still get a paycheck.
Yeah.
I did that at the top of 2000 and I feel like I want to say 20.
Okay.
But I already had a couple clients. So top of 2020, that's when I incorporated. I became E. Marie Eats. I trademarked. I did all the business side because again, I'm an accountant, right? I know how that works. And so I just kind of transitioned slowly. And during the pandemic, there was a couple things that happened at the firm that I worked at. And I literally, when I tell you guys, even though I was thinking about what my new life would look like, I didn't really have it planned out. I just woke up one morning and said,
You're done.
I can't. I literally can't do this anymore.
They said that one day you wake up and you're over it.
Yeah.
I
Whatever it
literally
is,
can't
you
do this
outgrown something.
anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into the circumstances at the job because that's like
Right.
I don't even want to do that. But it was just some things that I just finally just said I can't even stand in this body doing this anymore with these
Yeah.
people. So I had to let it go, and I'm glad I did. I don't regret it, and I haven't looked back.
I love it. But I can't close out Sin's Corner without talking about your new gourmet spice blends, which
Yes.
I have had the pleasure of using.
And I have some for you, G. Cool.
Yes.
Oh.
When I
on.
tell you, I'm gonna post tonight. I made some shrimp with I forget. I think I did.
Did you
Cajun.
use the Cajun?
I used
Yes.
Baby.
Yes.
And look, I didn't even finish frying them. I fried them up.
Oh, you fried them? Okay.
I put in the flour and on the shrimp.
You got to do both if you're going to
Yes.
fry because you lose some of the
Yep.
flavor because it's all natural.
Yep. and they wouldn't stay out. I'm like, I'm not finished yet, but they just kept coming back in. My son literally, I think he took his hand and just grabbed a bunch and went and sat at the table just quietly.
Just
like
shrimp.
Just
no plate, no sides,
no nothing. He was
shrimp.
waiting for me to, and I guess I wasn't fast enough. He wasn't even paying attention. He sat at the table. I was like, I haven't finished the rest of the dinner yet, but go ahead, baby. But tell everyone where they can purchase your cookbook, your gourmet spices, where they can find you and follow you.
Okay, so I am Emery Eats everywhere. Okay, I actually did my due diligence before I started my business to make sure that it was available everywhere, right? And then I immediately incorporated it in that name, and I immediately trademarked in that name. So you can find me Emery Eats everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube,
everywhere. Okay.
Even social media accounts that I don't even use, but I wanted to have it. I wanted to own it. And so my website is emeryeats.com. I have a gourmet spice collection, which I launched, I think, June 29th of last year. And it's been doing exceedingly well. The Amazing Cajun was the very first one that I launched, and it is... I honestly, I must say that it's phenomenal.
My goodness.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
I do a lot of research before I create these spice blends.
Okay.
At the onset, what I was doing was just, really just focusing on what flavors that I want to have, how I naturally cook. So when you see my gourmet spices, I have 14 of them now, by the way, but I started with one. And then after the first one, because you want to, business, right?
Yeah.
You don't go and create 7 spices and then people like, girl, I ain't buying none of that mess, right? So you start one, you see how that does. You see how people are responding to it, and then you immediately go to market with more. So that's what I did. So within the first couple of months, I think I had 6. And then around Thanksgiving, I decided to trickle more in that would help invoke the flavors of, when you think of Thanksgiving, you think of, roasted chicken, you think of things that require now like different herbs. So I created a basil magic. I have an Italian stallion. I have like all of these wonderful spice blends. So it's 14 in total.
Okay.
So yeah, they can go to emeryeats.com and grab them some.
I love it. And you all don't worry. I will be posting all of this, tagging her, posting all of that, so don't worry. But you can message me if for some reason you miss it, wherever I post it. Okay. All right. That is Sin's Corner. We have introduced to you Miss Emery Eats, Miss Erin Hodge herself. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be time for 7:30 Crazy. I'm going to do 7:30 Crazy a little bit differently tonight. Before we get into our topic of discussion for tonight. So make sure you stay tuned and share. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9, and we'll be right back.
Keep it locked. Power 108.9, the station for the people.
If you're a content creator, social media socialite, influencer, or simply love to record current events, you need the joystick. The joystick is an essential tool for every type of digital content creator. It holds 2 or more mobile phones or tablets, allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously. And it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystick.com.
My powerful and pristine people, it's your boy E-Money, your favorite engineer. Check it out. If you want to get involved with Power 108.9 as far as partnerships and advertising, if you want to reach our 50,000 plus listeners and viewers per week, please email power1089ads@gmail.com. That's power1089ads@gmail.com. Speak to our marketing director so we can get you set up and ready to go. Let us help you reach your targeted audience and expand your brand.
Question.
Are you tired of looking at your old floors? Floor Coverings International is the #1 flooring company in North America and provides expert floor covering advice to customers in the comfort of their own homes. Let them bring their mobile showroom to your home with over 3,000 samples. See the colors and textures of various flooring options in the lighting of your own home. With Floor Coverings International, service is impeccable and provides a seamless experience for their customers. Work with one team that provides a hassle-free installation, with ongoing communication throughout your project to make sure you are informed every step of the way. Each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated and is proud to be business owners serving their local communities. Visit floorcoveringsinternational.com and schedule a free consultation today. That's floorcoveringsinternational.com. Or simply call 678-993-0808. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Are you looking for today's very best tasting juices and smoothies? Then look no further than coldpressgwinnett.org. Our premium juices are never diluted and never pasteurized. They are always 100% delicious and 100% organic. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's time to give your body what it craves to stay fit and healthy. Give us a call at 678-696-1011 to place your orders today, or visit us online at coldpressgwinnett.org. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's the very best tasting juice you'll ever have.
Who's that woman? They haven't even seen a ring on my finger or anything. They don't know anything.
Because you don't act like the rest of them.
That's what I'm saying. It's a choice.
But they don't know. You're married. Like,
but that's who I was, though.
Right, but you're going.
Okay.
You're old energy.
Damn. Power 108.9, a station for the people.
And here we go.
Call me crazy one more time.
Laughing while he does it. He turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?"
Boy, you so crazy.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
You ain't seen no sign of him being crazy, deranged.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9. It is time for that 7:30 crazy. Y'all ready?
Yes. Let's do this.
All right, so I'm gonna do a little different.
Okay.
Aaron, normally I just read a news article. Sometimes it can come from Fox News, sometimes the Shade Room, depending on what's going on. And then we just decide whether it's 7:30 crazy. Okay. The only thing I'm doing a little different is everyone might have a different opinion, and I need a little bit of input. Because when this took place a few weeks ago, I said that I was going to break this down like I did entanglement situation with
Right up my alley. I'm ready.
I said I was going to break it down, and then, but we won't break. And you know how sometimes, after a little, if you give a little time, you just calm down a bit, or you just see the whole picture, whatever. Well, during spring break, I just was over it. I didn't want to break down nothing. I didn't want to look into it even any further. I was just really annoyed with it. Okay. All right. And of course, this is Will Smith, Jada, and Chris. And Chris. Okay.
I have not spoken about this at all.
I have not either. I have not spoken about this, but I thought it would be great for this to be on the 7:30 Crazy segment. First, you know what? I'm gonna start with you, G Cool. What are your thoughts on that whole scenario? Let's just act like it was for real and not staged. Let's just put that because we really don't know.
Okay.
So it happened. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, to me, Will's a rock star. He's a worldwide rock star.
Okay.
And he did what he wanted to do. He walked on stage. He felt like slapping a comedian. He did it.
Okay.
Smoothly walked off, and then said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." The show goes on.
Okay. All right.
He's a rock star.
All right. And what are your thoughts on Chris?
I think Chris, he's a stand-up guy. Now leave it at that.
Oh, that's funny. All right, Aaron, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Okay, so my thoughts on it, I kind of low-key liked it.
Okay.
And the reason being is because, as a Black woman, I feel like we get disrespected a lot. And while I absolutely love Chris Rock, and I don't I would never wish that on him.
Sure.
So it's not one of those things where I'm like, oh, that's good for him. He get what he gets. No,
Right.
that's not what I'm saying. But from the perspective of, I feel like, on the world stage, Chris Rock. Will Smith. He's a rock star. He's globally known, not just in the United States. He's globally known, and with there always being so much disrespect, kind of. Targeted against black women. For me, it was just that small moment where I said, wow, like here's a man standing up for his wife on a public stage, on a global stage for everyone to see.
Okay.
That's the component. That's the only component that I liked about it.
Okay.
So past that, beyond that, when I think about how now this is going to possibly impact his career negatively or positive, maybe affect Chris Rock, then that's where I have the sympathy comes in. But for both of them, obviously, because I feel like, someone like Will Smith, they're constantly under a microscope, but he's also a human being, and he's entitled to make a mistake.
Yes.
So that's where my sympathy for him comes in as well. Because you said, what are you sympathizing with him for? He hit someone, right? But like we forget that part of it. The human side, these are human beings. Like they're under a lot of pressure. They're constantly being watched. And in the moment you make a mistake, a big mistake, obviously, but the moment you make a mistake, it's the end of the world. They want to cancel you, and I'm not cool with that cancel culture type stuff. So.
And to add to that, Will's always been considered the soft rapper. Like
Yes,
he's
he
always
has
been the
been.
soft. He's always the butt of jokes. He walked on stage to slap somebody.
Yeah.
And walked off.
So this is my thing on it. I have like a few different perspectives. When it comes to Will, that meme or like videos that go around, they're gonna stop playing with me. That's how I felt he felt it. They're gonna stop playing with me, right? Number one, right? I'm always for our men protecting us. I'm here for that. What I don't like, even though I commend people who don't give a damn where they are, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I'm like, family business, stay with family business. And these folks ain't our family. And when you know what I mean by these folks. Yeah. And so that was my take, like, damn,
I know what you mean.
like, damn, don't let them have any say in this. Is my outside of, handle your business, of course. But then on the flip side, I'm like, no, like we keep that with us. Chris, I just felt, but it was his face. It was that stunned face.
Yes.
That my heart just cringes. Like, oh gosh, but he took that thing. That was a real slap.
No, yeah, that was a very real slap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took that.
But my problem is with Jada.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Jada's been getting on my damn nerves. She has been getting under my skin for a little minute. I just feel like and no problem if she gonna live her best life, live her truth. Nothing wrong with that. But when it comes at the expense of someone like Will, who it appears we don't know them, so some of these things are assumptions. That this man has stood by you through a lot of things, and then after that, she came out and said she didn't like or didn't support. Not support. That wasn't a word.
It affected the family.
No.
That one?
She said no. Oh, I didn't hear that one. But no, she said something like she didn't like that he went up there and did that.
I didn't know she said that.
Because I like that aspect of it where she said, because I'm not a woman that needs protecting. But you don't say that out there in these streets to everybody else. Like, don't humiliate him even further. I'm just like, when are you going to stand by him and just stop humiliating him, in my opinion? Because I haven't seen him humiliate her.
Well, when I'm
looking at all the red tables.
On the red table, if you pay attention to what she's saying, she's kind of saying like, she's kind of just been like putting up with his shit for a long time.
Yeah.
So if you go back and watch it now, you'll kind of see like over time,
Okay.
she's saying Will is gonna be Will.
Right.
Will is gonna do this, and like we're gonna be together regardless. Even if he's over here and I'm over here, it's kind of like I've been putting up with this shit the whole time at that house.
Yeah.
Now this is her kind of vocalizing it.
Yeah, what it appears to be, because she's never come out and said like he's had affairs or anything like that. She's never said that. So what is SHIT to her? Maybe regular dude stuff to someone like me, right?
Yes.
But this whole conversation is 7:30 crazy to me. after
you shocked me with that one.
I was so over it in about 2 days. I was over it but when it first happened, it's like stunning, like, I can't believe it happened. But after a while, I was just like, people talking about he's gonna be he could be canceled or his career is not going nowhere.
And that's the part about it that I just don't like. That's this cancel culture. It's gotta stop.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's gotta
People
stop.
have a bad memory. We just boycotted the place.
Right.
We just boycotted it.
Yes.
We banned him for 10 years.
Right.
Who cares?
Who cares?
He's
he
a rock
got
star.
His award. He has his award.
I made it. I did it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. If you feel so inclined to let me know your thoughts on that particular scenario, it's pretty old news, I believe, at this point.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just the whole conversation is 730 crazy. The man slapped the guy. He didn't press charges. The Academy said what they said. Let's just move on from it. It's not the first time somebody smacked somebody, punched. He's lucky he didn't get punched. I did feel like he thought about it.
Listen,
like something. I felt like he was going to punch him.
Will is an athlete. Don't fight him.
Yes.
Don't make it any further. Take the slap. Yep, you're right, Will.
Keep on moving.
Right. Will works out. Leave him alone.
Okay.
I mean, but do you guys think it's finished though?
I mean, as far
Yeah, I
as
think
that
so.
physical part.
Oh.
Yeah, I think between him and Chris, unless it becomes some jokes later or something like that.
Oh, it's
but
definitely gonna be some jokes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think for him, it's gonna be a little minute before Chris. It's gonna be a little minute before he.
Yeah, you got to pay him. He said you got to pay me to talk about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I saw that. And
I'm
I'm not
here
mad
for
at
it.
him.
I'm here for
listen,
that. Yeah.
You got to monetize everything in life.
I'm here.
I mean, I
here for it.
monetized it. If you would have went to my page the next day, you would have saw on my page
I saw
a
it.
slap code.
Yeah,
I had
saw
a slap
it.
discount
and,
code.
and got the text message.
Honey,
Yes.
listen, okay? And I
know,
sent
that's
it
right.
to everyone, and I think I sold more spices that day using that discount code than I did 3 days prior. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know?
All right, y'all. So we done with that conversation. I decided not to do a whole situation about it because to me it didn't require it. Like the entanglement, that was good. I did some research on that one. That was good. I have to pull that back out the archives and repost that one because that was good stuff. But anyway, that's 730 Crazy. I'm excited to get into our conversation on the Queen of the Jungle with your guest, your co-host G Cool, and our guest Miss Erin Marie. E. Marie Eats. When we come back, make sure you stay tuned in and share. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9, and we'll be right back.
Keep it locked. The Power 108.9, the station for the people.
Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media. Instagram.
At Power 108.9.
And Facebook.
At Power 108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Yo, it's Michael McFadden of Power 108.9, and I want to ask you a question. Are you looking for a new house? If so, you need to holler at our guy, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com. Yeah, Alvin like the chipmunk, and Jameson like that fine whiskey. Not only can he help you on the purchase of that new home, he can also assist you on that refinance as well. So whether it's FHA, conventional, and of course that VA home loan that you sitting on right now, yo, call Alvin Jameson. 404-587-9033. Once again, 404-587-9033. Trust the guy we trust here at Power 108.9. Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com, or just call him 404-587-9033. And of course, tell him you heard it right here on Power 108.9. Let's go.
Are you tired of looking at your old floors? Floor Coverings International is the #1 flooring company in North America and provides expert floor covering advice to customers in the comfort of their own homes. Let them bring their mobile showroom to your home with over 3,000 samples. See the colors and textures of various flooring options in the lighting of your own home. With Floor Coverings International, service is impeccable and provides a seamless experience for their customers. Work with one team that provides a hassle-free installation with ongoing communication throughout your project to make sure you are informed every step of the way. Each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated and is proud to be business owners serving their local communities. Visit floorcoveringsinternational.com and schedule a free consultation today. That's floorcoveringsinternational.com. Or simply call 678-993-0808. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Are you looking for today's very best tasting juices and smoothies? Then look no further than coldpressgwinnett.org. Our premium juices are never diluted and never pasteurized. They are always 100% delicious and 100% organic. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's time to give your body what it craves to stay fit and healthy. Give us a call at 678-696-1011 to place your orders today, or visit us online at coldpressgwinnett.org. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's the very best tasting juice you'll ever have.
I really like the after effect of when, the Denzel, Tyler Perry moment. I think that was not highlighted enough. I think if I wild out, y'all would be the ones on the side like, Elam.
I'd be like this.
After that.
Elam slapped the shit out of him.
And then there's them.
You going to jail.
Get yourself some
Sue his
mentors.
ass.
Get yourself the right mentors. If you have the wrong people in your camp, this is the stuff that can happen.
Sue the light bulb off his t-shirt. I don't give a damn.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Hey Atlanta, this is Sayon, and you're listening to Power 108.9.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9. I have to take a moment and give a special shout out to all my sorors out here at the South Atlantic Region Conference this weekend. It is thousands of us here. I did get a chance to go by a little bit before the show today down on the south side for our 69th South Atlantic Regional Conference, and I'm excited to hang out with all my sorors, handle business, and celebrate, and all of that we do when we do what we do. So I just want to shout out to y'all. Okay, y'all ready?
Let's do this.
I'm ready. I was born ready.
Okay. All right. Queen of the Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
This one over here.
Please tell her.
Uh-oh.
I think it was at the end of last year, or that you were kind of just talking about the jungle a lot more.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so this clearly needs to be my agenda for 2022, right?
Yeah, it was heavy. She had to learn a few things.
I ain't had to learn nothing.
I mean, you got a whole commercial about how old you are. Don't start.
No, you said that I'm outdated.
You are.
I don't think that I'm outdated. I think that men know sugar from salt, and they just not gonna treat me a certain way. What do you think?
I'm on board with that. Now I don't know your whole position, but the moment you said you're a little bit on the old-fashioned side, I'm there too. So I might be a little 2 against 1 tonight. I'm not sure.
That's how I like it. Anyway.
I'm not sure.
Don't start with me.
So let's give a little recap,
please,
to Aaron, so she can kind of have a full. He on one today.
I just caught it.
You better be sharp in here.
You're a mess, G. Cool. I got to get a little sharper right now.
Pour the wine.
No, you're so crazy. But all right, so G, just break it down. I don't want to put words in your
So
mouth.
basically, E, what we were talking about is the dating game is a legit jungle. It's not the old traditional way where, when you're out here dating, everybody has this understanding of what a man is and what a woman is. That's not the case anymore. Now women are very liberated, extremely liberated. Women are very successful. Men are trying to make the adaptation to that. And the women are trying to make the adaptation to being so liberal that it doesn't matter anymore. So now you put that in a dating pool. Not to mention the homosexuality, the transgender, all those different things, all in one pool. If I bet you at the bar, there's no understanding of courting, a certain amount of tact. It's gone. So now you come out here, you try to date, and what are the gender roles? Gone. There are no gender roles. As much as you would think it would be, I don't think that it is. And that's what I was saying to her. Now class that together with youth and technology, please.
What do you think about what G says and the whole gender roles?
I'm a firm believer in gender roles.
Okay.
And I struggle, well, I want to say I struggle with, but my confusion about when he says because women are becoming more and more successful and things like that, I don't think a woman becoming more and more successful means that gender roles can't still exist. So that's where I agree with you. That's exactly what's happening out there because I've been experiencing it. And that's the reason why I'm having such a hard time is because I just don't see why they can't coexist. Okay. Because I've always been a very driven woman. I've always been very successful in my own right, based on what I believe to be successful. But I'm also, I'm very traditional as well.
Yes.
I have no issues or problem with assuming that role and that responsibility, but it has to be with someone who is like-minded. So now it feels okay.
Yeah.
You can't be a traditional and submissive woman if you're not with a partner who will respect you behaving that way.
Exactly.
Because then it starts to feel out of balance. So I just don't, I do agree with him that that is exactly what's happening right now, but I just don't understand why, because they can coexist. They really can coexist. And go ahead.
I want to respond to that. I'm going to tell you why. You learned tradition from somebody who lived tradition, correct?
No.
Well, you saw it.
No.
So
I don't
didn't see
have any
tradition.
positive role models like that in my immediate family, immediate circle. I just knew, you know how I learned it? I learned it from what I didn't see. And I know that might sound crazy,
No,
right?
it doesn't. It doesn't.
Because sometimes we aspire to things that we didn't have.
Okay.
Or we want to mimic exactly what we saw. It's like when you grow up in a bad environment and you say, I got to get out of here. So
Right.
you do the complete opposite because your goal is to get out of here.
Okay.
For me, I really only had one example, right?
All right. I'ma
But
still show
for
you,
me, when I got married and had children, I tried to go in the other direction.
Okay.
So that I kind of taught it to myself.
Right. So whatever that negative influence that you had, that you saw, that was during an era, right? You say you were on the 5th floor. By me just saying you being on the 5th floor, there wasn't any technology. So access to more did not exist. That's the first thing, and I'll get into that. Secondly, tradition says a man goes out into the world and he comes home and the woman takes care of the house. You open the door for a woman. You know, you put your jacket down for a woman because she's not out in the elements. She's clean, she's pure. Now you're out in the elements. You're my boss. You're talking shit to me daily. You get on my nerves. It's like a bunch of you all, female meaning, right? So now you want me to come home and now open the door for you. Now you might be like, I don't like the way you open the door. Go do some push-ups. That door like it was heavy to you. Right? So you're outside now. Like women hit low. Let's be clear. Women hit low. Now courting-wise.
Okay.
If I look at you as a boss, the idea of courting is to sweep you off your feet. I'm the boss. I'm going to sweep you off your feet. No, you're the boss. So how you sweep the boss off the feet?
So you're looking at
So
it
that-
wrong.
I think so too.
But this is what happens.
No,
I'm not
I
saying-
know. I got
you know,
exactly
and
what
it's kind of
happens.
weird in that way with the dating because it's like you're aggressive now because females are very aggressive. I talk about that.
Yes.
So by a female being that aggressive, you walk up to you pull me, like you pulled me, like hey, I saw you from across the room. You know what I'm saying? They got lines out the world, like if women say anything.
Okay, so this was my thing with G Cool. G is a gentleman. He actually is. Like he might he might have.
I actually could believe it. I could believe it.
It's legit.
I
He
could
is a
believe
good.
it.
He is a good dude.
believe it.
He is a gentleman. He is very kind. And so I feel like with him, he's having the experiences that he's having in this jungle. The jungle, that's what I said. The jungle been the jungle. It's just there's social media now, all those kinds of things. But the jungle been here, been around. I feel like he's experiencing what he's is experiencing because he wants to experience it. And he has not decided to require or attract the kind of woman that he knows will not necessarily settle you down, because I know how you feel about polyamory and all of that kind of stuff, but to where like he can actually have the kind of woman that he would like to see, you know, other, you know, men that want a monogamous relationship, or even in the polyamory, you know, life where it's respect, it's, you know, just the good healthiness, you know, of it all. That's what I feel.
Listen,
honestly, I could believe that, because typically when a guy, I'm speaking very general, right? So don't come at me.
She gonna get on you about
Don't come at me with
Not
your
me.
No Good Girls t-shirt on, okay?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Typically, you know, your energy is telling me that. Like, I could tell you're a nice guy. Like, I'm not offended by what you're saying or anything. If you were different, if I was getting a different type of energy from you, what you were saying would have offended me already.
But I'm not a jerk,
But it
though.
doesn't.
I'm not a jerk.
But
I
that's
agree.
what I'm
not a
trying to
jerk.
say. So that's
At
why
all.
I can believe
But what I'm
that
saying
you are
is,
a
I'm
nice
gonna do
guy.
2 things right here. This one for the men, because Mike in the back. First thing, women don't listen. You don't listen. You telling me what I'm telling you I am. Secondly, when you want to date, right, you have to date intentionally. You talk about dating and being intentional.
Yes.
My intentions are not to spend the rest of my life with you. My intentions are to just enjoy me living life. And if females or women now, grown ass women, cross my path and we have chemistry, then we'll explore that. But I don't want to be in a marriage because I know what it takes to be married.
Yes.
That spoils me in the dating game because I know what it takes to move to the next step. Now, a lot of people out here guessing.
Yeah.
And by them guessing, I'm watching them like, that was unnecessary. You putting the blame on, like, let's use texting. I always use texting.
Yes.
You could text me, hey, what's up? Right? You text me when you had a notion. I don't respond. You got an attitude. You had a notion, you did an action, and it didn't come back the way you want. Now you're emotional. What that got to do with me? Versus tradition, you just had to wait till I called you or wait till we saw each other. And we were excited to see each other.
So this is what I think. The texting reminded me of when I was beginning to date my first husband. And I would be cutting up in these streets. You know, I definitely know I was. And so I was actually very attracted to him, but we had chemistry. I was physically attracted to him. You know, just all of that, you know, his profession, all of that, everything lined up. But I had such a just aura about me, you know, I just was throwing
swag,
you know. So I mishandled him, right? I mishandled him, right? But what I loved about him that made me just like, okay, let me pay attention for real, was when I would do him like, I'm gonna call you back or something like that. I'm gonna call you later, and then I wouldn't call him at all, you know. And one day he said, I can't remember exactly how he said it, but it was something along the lines of, you know, if you say you're gonna do something, like, I expect you to do that.
Absolutely.
Because you will want me to do the same thing too. And he wasn't whining about it. Yeah. He wasn't, you know, it just is like, if you rocking with me and you rolling with me, like, this is kind of what I expect. It's cool if you don't get with that, but that's how I get down.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so, what were you going to say?
And I said, and that's the way it's supposed to be, because when he said, oh, now you're in your feelings, I'm never in my feelings.
Right.
If you are exhibiting a certain type of behavior and I don't like it, I might, depending on my care level, if I like you or whatever, I might mention it. But there's nothing wrong. I think that what he was doing, your first husband, your ex-husband, he was letting his requirement be known.
Yes.
And that's okay to do that.
Yes.
It's okay to let your requirement be known. It shouldn't be misinterpreted as you being in your feelings. But unfortunately, women, we get labeled as being in our feelings when we're setting the tone for our requirement. Because I think that that's okay. I think it's okay for you to do that. But for me personally, if I like you enough and I express it, because I'm a communicator, right?
Yes.
If I express that to you and that's not something you want to do and you keep repeating the behavior, then I'm just going to back away.
Exactly.
There's not going to be a second time, not at this age anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
There's not going to be a second time where I'm going to now come to you, I told you I don't like, or I said I didn't want you to do. I'm not interested in that type of interaction with anyone at this age. Yeah. That's the type of stuff that I used to do with my ex-husband, but we had history.
Yes.
It was worth trying, like all that stuff that you go through.
Yeah.
But now, no, sir. Like I'm not
There's no
interested.
patience in dating now. I mean,
I'm
let's
not
be clear. There's
interested.
no
No patience in dating.
There is
So we're
none.
gonna that's the topic we're gonna come back on. No patience in dating. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, it's time for What Would Sin Say? One of our favorite segments, of course. So make sure you stay tuned in and share. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9, and we'll be right back.
Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media. Instagram
at Power 108.9
and Facebook
at Power 108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9. Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Hive is the all-new online eyewear boutique and is your new spot for hand-picked, fashion-framed glasses. Styles for men and women for winter, summer, spring, and fall. Everything you need to protect your eyes and look good doing it. Check us out online at hive-life.com. That's HYVE-life.com. And on Insta at Hive_Hive, helping your vision evolve. Trendy, classic, fashion frames.
Are you tired of looking at your old floors? Floor Coverings International is the #1 flooring company in North America and provides expert floor covering advice to customers in the comfort of their own homes. Let them bring their mobile showroom to your home with over 3,000 samples. See the colors and textures of various flooring options in the lighting of your own home. With Floor Coverings International, service is impeccable and provides a seamless experience for their customers. Work with one team that provides a hassle-free installation with ongoing communication throughout your project to make sure you are informed every step of the way. Each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated and is proud to be business owners serving their local communities. Visit floorcoveringsinternational.com and schedule a free consultation today. That's floorcoveringsinternational.com. Or simply call 678-993-0808. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Are you looking for today's very best tasting juices and smoothies? Then look no further than coldpressgwinnett.org. Our premium juices are never diluted and never pasteurized. They are always 100% delicious and 100% organic. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's time to give your body what it craves to stay fit and healthy. Give us a call at 678-696-1011 to place your orders today, or visit us online at coldpressgwinnett.org. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's the very best tasting juice you'll ever have.
You can't even come over.
You got the blocker.
Yes.
Oh man, you gifted. I put that in my bed. My wife.
But see, my thing is this: with that type of bed, I've always wondered, does it help you leverage? You know what I'm saying when you're handling business, right?
Well, we're over 50,
right.
so
The side only.
The leverage.
It's spit, swipe, stick. Spit, swipe, stick. Spit, swipe, stick.
And dismount.
It's time for us to go to commercial.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from across the nation and around the world, your mentor, your coach, your sensei. Listen close. This is What Would Sin Say?
Welcome back. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9. It is time for What Would Sin Say, when we try our best to answer as quickly as possible the questions that you slide in my DMs, send to my emails, etc., etc. Michael, what you got for us?
Yo, I normally don't do this, but this one time. Hey, can you explain how you can literally be so sexual and ready and always wanting your partner, yet they constantly turn you down and watch porn? Yeah, he watches it every day, even on his lunch break at work. I will literally be sitting on the bed waiting for him, and he will go to the bathroom and look at porn. I feel so disrespected and disgusted. Please help. I don't know how to cope.
All right, G.
Well,
that's you.
Yeah,
right.
That's all.
That's all you.
Well, I mean, honestly, he's tired of her ass, and she's probably a nympho. So he'd rather just beat his meat. And she's probably boring. It's just her. Mm-hmm. We're in the room, we're in the house, same, always. In porn, somebody's getting fucked on the washing machine. Somebody's doing it at the
Well, take her and put her in the washing machine. Excuse me. Why is it her fault?
What I'm saying is she's probably wanting to screw all the time, but has no creativity.
Sure.
So it's always on him. Men get tired of starting.
Whatever.
Okay.
I just feel like it's for him. It's an addiction at this point because it just doesn't sound healthy. I don't have any problems with anybody watching porn or anything else, but it just doesn't sound healthy. I don't think it's her. I think it's him. I think he needs to get some help. And to what you were saying about how, men want to do, crazy stuff and this and that, like, then if you don't want to initiate it, how is she going to know what you want to do? Because if you're saying she's a nympho, right? If she's a nympho, that means she wants to get it. So she probably would be willing to do it on a refrigerator, on the washing machine or whatever the case may be. But you got to kind of guide her and tell her that's what... Communication is what I'm trying to say. Tell her the reason why you like porn and see if you can incorporate that in the bedroom as opposed to watching it on the phone or the TV
But
or
she
whatever.
said, why this and why that? So I'm telling her, these are some reasons what could be going on. They both are nymphos. Let's be clear, they're both nymphos.
Sure. You think
She
she
always
is too?
wanted, and they were nymphos together. But one thing about a nympho, if a nympho gets tired of fucking the person that they're having sex with the person they're having sex with, they do that. That's what they do. To know a nympho is to know that, oh, you're sick of me, or you're sick of the way I do it. Creativity. It's only creativity.
Yeah.
He's literally going in the bathroom with you standing right there wanting to do.
That's
It's more excitement.
crazy.
I can Google a category and get the same high versus getting tired and sweating on you.
I mean, I can't necessarily speak intelligently or respond intelligently on this one because I haven't experienced that.
Right.
So I'll keep my comments to what I already said.
Right. So I mean, I think the both of you are have valid points, valid perspectives. Either one of those can be going on. I can definitely see that going on as well. I don't think I really have anything to add. I mean, I would probably be on the side of, well, really both, because if you're just porn all the time, porn can be addictive.
It is.
And so that it can definitely be a valid point. And then, he's just not into you any further. It's just not even, he's just so not into you any further that he'd rather he know you want it, and then he go elsewhere.
Or he's lazy because in order to please a woman, you have to work. Right?
Agreed.
So he's lazy. He just wants to get his and go.
Either way, it's still like.
Or she got that bullet and she done wore that clitoris out and it's just numb. It's like,
it's so
I'm
many
sick of the work.
possibilities here.
Sick of that work.
All right, what else is next?
I thought it was a rose or something. Don't y'all have a rose now, Cindy?
I don't use those, so
They
I
got
don't
all
know.
kind of stuff now.
I've just never been into it. It has nothing to do with
I
being
went to a
married.
girl house. She had one
I know
that plugged
plenty
in
of
the
married
wall.
people that still use toys. I've just never been into it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. My wife and I have a 2-month-old baby girl. Since the baby has been born, my wife has been home. I told her to quit her job and be a stay-at-home mom and I'll work. She did. And it's been going well. But the past 2 weeks, she just constantly rides me about coming home and not taking the baby when I walk through the door. She says I need to be more urgent when it comes to helping. Now I do my fair share of helping when I'm home, but I work all day, so I'm extremely tired and I knock out around 10 p.m. I'm not saying that she doesn't do anything because she definitely does. I know she has a lot on her plate, but I'm just like, damn, am I being selfish?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
And the only reason, I'm joking, right? But there's a lot of truth in it too. And the reason why I say that is because I had 4 children, 4 and under.
Okay.
And that happened because I have a stepdaughter as well. So to have 4 children, even though I was home all day with the kids, I was home, right? Home.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. There is no time off. There's no breaks.
Yeah.
There's no lunch break. There's no cigarette. There's nothing.
Yeah.
You're just home nonstop with the kids. So for him to expect that when he comes home from working all day, he's going to get a break is that is selfish. Like there is no breaks for us. We have small children and it's both of our responsibility. You work outside of the home part of the day, but I'm here all day. Right. So we need to hand each other off and you need to give me a break just like vice versa. Like, yeah, absolutely. So that's all I really have to say
I
about
agree with a lot
that.
of what she said, but this is a common issue.
Yeah. It
Anytime you stay at home dad, mom, stay at home dad, that is the hardest job you could ever do. I think so.
It is.
I stayed home when I was sick by 8 months. Man, I was looking at that. No. The most respect to people that stay home with kids. All that. Like, He just got to grow up. He don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, it's part of it. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You'll get conditioned
Yeah.
to be able to come home, give her 2 hours. You get 2 hours, then go to bed.
Yeah. So I very, very valid points, but I do have to, bring the other side in as well. Too, we don't know the stress of the job that he has as well. There are jobs that can be extremely stressful, and he does need a break too, right? Then being a stay-at-home parent is exhausting. You could almost lose your identity. And because I've been there, I was a stay-at-home mom, and so I was like, I got to go. I
got to get out of here.
Yeah. But I told my husband, I was like, I just feel like all I am is a mom. Like I didn't feel like a woman.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel like a woman again. You know.
Yeah.
But my advice to her, because he could have I don't think he's selfish in wanting to come home for a second and sit down. Just sit down for a second. Give me 30 minutes.
I agree. I agree.
But my advice to her, a lot of times, moms or the stay-at-home dads, whoever's staying at home, do not have a system or what do you call it? A schedule in place. Them sleeping patterns are important.
Yes.
When they tell you when I was told not to let my kids sleep in the bed with me by so many moms, I listened. I actually listened.
Yeah, I did
because it was too many that told me that. And so my kids have never slept. Even when they were sick, I would keep getting up and going down the hall and checking them. But even when they were sick, I did not have them sleep in the bed with us. I had them on a regular sleep schedule, and they're still on the sleep schedule tonight. Every night now, even though they're older. Of course, it gets a little bit later when they're older. But that schedule will really help her out a lot if she can just. The baby's 2, I think, or 2 months or 2.
He said 2 months.
Oh gosh, she's in the right area to be able to sleep train that child, especially if it's the only one.
Yeah. Great advice. I agree with you 100%.
See, we can get on the same page
sleep
sometimes.
train?
Yeah, sleep train is a real thing.
Yeah,
our children were
I used to
definitely
get fussed
sleep
at
trained.
because put him in the little bassinet over there.
Yes.
Just rock his ass to sleep.
that bassinet was everything for the first 5 months.
What?
Yeah.
All right, here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
Last one. Here we go.
Okay.
Do you think it's fair for a spouse to insist on being a certain way? For example, my husband wants to bring my life goals up and plans and all that good stuff to help drive the family for us moving forward into a meaningful life. Our life is very good. He is so disappointed that 10 years in, I am still not very focused on goals. I totally get it that I let him down on some level, but I also bring things up that haven't even occurred to me. I make food, I clean, I'm very up on my kids' development. I initiate time with him, and we are very active in the bedroom. I just can't force myself to come to him with all these plans that I don't have. Which one of us is being unreasonable?
Aaron, what you think?
Oh, you're going to put me in there. Okay. So I think that she's actually... She said that he's disappointed with her.
Yeah.
I think that she might be a little bit disappointed with herself as well.
Sure.
Anytime like I joked and I said I'm on level. I'm on the 5th floor, right?
Right.
I think that, and she said 10 years she hasn't achieved any of the things that she kind of set forth or laid out, or in this instance agreed to that he set for them, right? I think that anytime you can look at a very large time frame and you haven't done any of the things on your checklist, you kind of are a little disappointed with yourself. So at a certain point, it doesn't even matter what your spouse thinks anymore.
Yeah.
You have to reconcile with yourself why you haven't done any of the things that was on your alleged goal list. And I think that she needs to start with herself first.
Sure.
I think that she needs to really have a deep conversation with herself first before she can try to have an argument about who is wrong, right, or whatever the case may be. She has to start with herself on this one. I think that's very important.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she needs therapy to know how to do that.
Yeah.
To know how to do what she's saying. Therapy will tell her how to look at yourself, how to look in the mirror. Because you agreed to this with him. He still believes in you. He's 10 years in.
Right.
Yeah.
People don't even make it that far. You made it 10 years. I mean,
people expect you to do what you say you're going to do. It's
Right.
about accountability. That's really, really important in relationships.
partnership.
Accountability.
Yeah.
It's a partnership.
So I completely agree with you guys, but what I heard in this letter is he's expecting her to be someone that she's not. That's what I heard. Not that she made promises that she didn't keep, but that he has this vision for what a family
say
looks
that.
like to him, and he is really leaning upon her to deliver something that doesn't seem like that's her. She is very comfortable. She is very content in the life that they have built. And she said, you know, they have a very good life, whatever that means to her. It's great, you know. But to him, he's probably very driven. He's probably, he just has all these goals. And he's like, where's my helpmate here?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you cannot make somebody be something that they're not.
Yeah.
But she could probably be the big support. So I feel like if this is what you want, sir, now this could draw him away from her. It could draw him away from her. But if this is what he wants, then he has to do the work to get them there. But she does risk the chance if she doesn't somewhere that he just turned off by
Sometimes
her.
we have to, you know, we set goals for ourselves and we have to revisit them frequently. So I think that once she figures it out, what she, like I said, have a conversation with herself, figure out what she wants to do. And if they're different, obviously they are different, but I'm just, you know, playing devil's advocate. If when she has that talk with herself, if they come up and they're totally different, she needs to go and communicate that to him instead of allowing it to be this point of contention where he's like, well, you said you was going to do, and then, but you know, communicate and say, babe, you know what? I know 10 years ago, this is what we blah, 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 blah. You need to revisit it and need to communicate it correctly. And then work through whether he's upset or
be honest about what your capacity is. If he wants you to go out there and be a salesperson and you're not a salesperson, you know, you're not going to do very well.
Change. It's just changing the marriage. That's all it is. It's change. He's probably going more into the career, found ambition, and then he come home and like, well, I'm working with all these ambitious women in the office, and I come home to
Why you
a
pointing at
housewife.
me? Why you pointing at me?
I'm pointing right at you.
Don't
with
point
your
at me.
ambitious ass.
But why are we waiting 10 years to reevaluate? Let's do it every quarter.
Yeah.
Let's do it every 6 months.
Communication.
Why wait?
Because he didn't want to hurt her feelings. Now he get the point. Well, get it done, babe.
Yeah, but the one thing, I'm sorry, I cut you
go
off.
ahead.
But I think, it's nice that, you know, he's showing leadership in his family because
Well,
that's
he's
what's
not,
lacking
actually.
a lot. You don't think so? I think from the perspective that he's having touch points, well, I guess it depends on how he's communicating it to her.
Well, no,
That's
he
not
can,
with
he
the
can
letter.
he can communicate.
Oh,
He
okay.
can communicate wrong, indifferent. He's not doing anything though. Where I see where he's taking leadership is if he's like, if the letter said, okay, so I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. I really need you to, or I would like you to.
Okay, maybe I made too many assumptions, but the fact
well,
that
we
they
all
set
make, you know,
goals together.
Just based off the letter. I mean, you don't get so much
the fact that they
information.
set goals together and now he's coming to her and saying, hey, babe, you know, like whatever he's
Well,
expecting her to do.
Yeah. Well, I needed to hear that he was doing something for me.
You need to hear something else before you gave him any credit.
Yeah,
I know
because
that's
I could be
right.
like, gee, I need you to do and I
Right.
don't ever do nothing.
Right.
But I'm just, you know, leaning on you so hard,
Right.
you know, because I don't know how to do nothing.
Right.
You know?
That's coming out there in the jungle.
All right, y'all. That's What Would Sid Say. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation on Queen of the Jungle, the patience. You said there's no patience in the dating game. I do want to talk about that when we come back. Make sure you stay tuned in and share. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9, and we'll be right back.
If you're a content creator, social media socialite, influencer, or simply love to record current events, you need the joystick. The joystick is an essential tool for every type of digital content creator. It holds 2 or more mobile phones or tablets, allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously. And it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystick.com.
Yo, it's Michael McFadden of Power 108.9, and I want to ask you a question. Are you looking for a new house? If so, you need to holler at our guy, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com. Yeah, Alvin like the chipmunk, and Jameson like that fine whiskey. Not only can he help you on the purchase of that new home, he can also assist you on that refinance as well. So whether it's FHA, conventional, and of course that VA home loan that you sitting on right now, yo, call Alvin Jameson, 404-587-9033. Once again, 404-587-9033. Trust the guy we trust here at Power 108.9. Alvin Jameson. AlvinJameson.com, or just call him 404-587-9033. And of course, tell him you heard it right here on Power 108.9. Let's go.
Are you looking for today's very best tasting juices and smoothies? Then look no further than coldpressgwinnett.org. Our premium juices are never diluted and never pasteurized. They are always 100% delicious and 100% organic. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's time to give your body what it craves to stay fit and healthy. Give us a call at 678-696-1011 to place your orders today, or visit us online at coldpressgwinnett.org. That's coldpressgwinnett.org. It's the very best tasting juice you'll ever have.
Are you tired of looking at your old floors? Floor Coverings International is the #1 flooring company in North America and provides expert floor covering advice to customers in the comfort of their own homes. Let them bring their mobile showroom to your home with over 3,000 samples. See the colors and textures of various flooring options in the lighting of your own home. With Floor Coverings International, service is impeccable and provides a seamless experience for their customers. Work with one team that provides a hassle-free installation with ongoing communication throughout your project to make sure you are informed every step of the way. Each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated and is proud to be business owners serving their local communities. Visit floorcoveringsinternational.com and schedule a free consultation today. That's floorcoveringsinternational.com. Or simply call 678-993-0808. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
It's estimated that around 100,000 enslaved people escaped the North via the Underground Railroad from 1810 to 1850.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
100,000.
Harriet Tubman was working.
What?
That's why she looked like that in all them pictures.
My good. In 2012, at the London Olympics, Gabby Douglas became the first black gymnast.
She was tired.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Mental health awareness. Let's make our mental health a priority. This is Dr. S, and you're listening to Power 108.9.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9. We're going to continue our conversation. Queen of the Jungle with my co-host, Mr. G. Cool. Say hey to the people.
Hey, hey, hey. What's happening?
And our special guest, Miss Erin Hodge, Miss E. Marie Eats herself. Say hey to
y'all.
the people.
Come on.
All right. Before we get into the patience level in the dating jungle game, I want to ask you, Erin, what has been your experience? When's the last time you were in I know you said you were divorced earlier. How long ago was that?
I have been divorced 5 years this month.
Oh, that's not too long. Okay, and how long were you all married?
I was married for a little under 23 years.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
long
you did
time.
that?
I did.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a minute.
All right. So what is your experience now? And then, if you can compare it to back, prior to your marriage.
So right now it's not desirable at all. Like
Okay.
it's it kind of leaves me speechless a little bit because I just feel like there's really just no more integrity left in dating. Okay. And I'm just talking personally.
Sure.
My experience is not everybody's experience. You know?
Right.
So, and the reason why I use the word integrity is because for some reason, I seem to be running into a lot of men that are approaching me or trying to date me that are married. And initially I thought to myself, okay, what is it about me, right, that's attracting that type of energy?
Okay.
And it was really troubling me. I was like, what is going on here? Like, why is this happening? And then I said, no, I don't think
off.
it's, I can't, I don't want to claim that.
Right.
Because I have a very healthy respect for marriage, the institute of marriage. I don't, play around with people's spouses. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. Like, I don't even have that type of mindset. So I quickly was like, no, I don't think it's that. So for me, it's been very unpleasant.
Sure.
I have to be honest with you. It's very unpleasant to just know that it's just so prevalent. And then the other part of it is there's no accountability. There's no honesty. And I'm optimistic, right? Because I love love. Right. I would love to be married again. But I just don't, and now as a new entrepreneur, that's where most of my focus is.
Okay.
So I don't have a problem being social. I don't mind going out to meet new people or networking and things like that. So I don't mind putting myself in an environment where it can happen. But again, if you go back to me being a little bit more on the traditional side, I'm not going to be the woman that's going to just walk up to a man and ask him out. I'm not going to do that. But I do now know how to give subtle hints that I might be interested in you, whether it's a look, a long glance, whether it's a, whatever. Like, I know how to use that.
Yes.
my femininity. My femininity, right? I'm very in tune with that. But it's just, unfortunately for me right now, it just hasn't been very pleasurable. It just hasn't.
Yeah, I'll have to be honest. We can talk about tradition, we can talk about outdated, all those kinds of things. And I still hold to, my position. However, as both of you all are out in the dating jungle, I have to admit that what she's saying is what you, it looks different. Like your experience is different from hers, right. But in terms of the type of, approaches that she might get, but
it's totally different.
Yeah.
And because, like I say, it's not anything that you're doing wrong. I don't want you to think you're doing anything wrong. What you're doing is just an old way of doing it. So it's kind of like if they got electric cars and you pump gas, they don't even know what the hell that is. So what I'm saying to you is be aware of what you look like, right? You might be like, what the hell you mean? Well, be aware of what I look like. So you have very gorgeous eyes. At the time when you were dating, before you got married, all that kind of stuff, blinking your eyes at me meant come say hello.
Okay.
Now blinking your eyes at me mean you want to come get some of this pussy, right? You're sending the wrong signals and unaware of it.
Sure, I can
understand. You get what I'm saying? So your subtle hints, like you just said it. I send subtle hints. There are no subtle hints anymore.
That's
you
crazy.
Understand what I'm saying?
Because that's crazy to me only because, and I hear what you're saying,
yes,
absolutely.
Same,
but that's crazy to me because now what you're saying is that I have to be the opposite, meaning I have to go over and say, hey, you're handsome. Do you want to take me out? I can't, I can't do it. I won't do it.
Well, but here's what's going to happen.
No, I won't ever do it.
I will be single forever.
No, I won't ever do it.
I hear what you're saying, but you just said also that you're in settings where it could happen. You're in positive settings. You're in business settings. You're in positions where you're not meeting the guy at the bar who's drunk trying to pretend like he's not drunk.
Right.
So now you're in a position where I met you, I don't know, let's say we met at a gathering. I got to know you. I don't say anything else to you other than hello. I see you at another gathering. We talk again. Now you're starting to get familiar with each other. I see, we've had some conversations.
So
I know
you're saying
business.
The art of subtle interaction, all of it's dead. Right.
Yeah,
so
in the sense that you're familiar with.
So to me, if I spend time talking, if a gentleman approaches me, right, whether it's, I'm single, right? I do go out rarely, but I do go out. And whenever I go out to dinner by myself, which I like to do, not often, but whenever I do that, I'll go and sit at the bar because for me, what am I sitting at a table for by myself? That's a little weird, right? So I go and sit at the bar because to me, that means I'm trying to be social.
Sure.
Whether it's to meet a woman like you or whether it's to meet a nice guy to just have a conversation with at the bar. So I will position myself in a place in the restaurant that says, "Hey, I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to chat."
Yeah.
But I know for me, if we're talking and I'm engaging in a conversation, if I'm not, I just don't know why I would now go from being all the way over here as a traditional person and now saying, "Oh, I really like you. I want to go." Like,
That
why
would
is the
never
responsibility
happen.
on me now to
Yeah.
do that? Because we're having this conversation and we're saying, "Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore." So then what would it look like?
But let me say this. I had a conversation today with a woman. She's over 60. She's coming on the show in May. Because I said, I need you to come on the show. Because when I tell you she is the essence of femininity, she is definitely a boss lady. I mean, a very successful business owner, and has no problem getting and keeping a man. She be the one letting them go after a while.
Yeah.
If they start not, but to her, she's married now. And I just feel like she has just and she's not pursuing nobody. She ain't pursuing no man. All the men that they pursue her intentionally, they pursue her like the old school, pursue her. And I mean, and they're complete gentlemen. And so when I hear stories like that, and she's not the only one, I know it's not dead. It's just a matter of where we like to frequent. And you can meet your guy there. It's just, it might be a slimmer chance.
Right. It's not as big of a field as it used to be.
Yeah.
So like I said, like if you just came back out here, you only been out here, in 5 years may seem like a long time, but you was in a marriage
I don't
for
feel like
23.
it's a long time.
Yeah.
So like you said, I sit at the bar. I wouldn't sit at the table by myself. Why not?
I mean, sometimes I do, but if I'm going out in the evening,
but what I'm saying,
I will sit at the bar just
one way of a ideology of this is where it's going to be. No, I believe what she's saying, and I believe what you want, you can get it. I just don't think you know how to get it.
So
clearly,
you know what I'm saying? I don't think you.
I mean, honestly, I met my ex-husband. I called him. I was working at a bank, and he came in, and I was the person responsible for paying him his checks. He was doing some work for the bank. I called him. So I'm not a stranger to it.
Right.
It's just not what I learned that there was some things about that didn't work out so well.
Sure.
And so now over the years, I've decided that that's not the approach that I want to take anymore.
Sure.
So I'm not a stranger to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, there's calling and then there's calling, right?
Right.
Like if you hollering at them, you know what I mean? You hollering at them, then
well,
I ain't
no,
doing
not
that.
like
exactly, not like right.
Wait, let me clean that up right quick. My kids might be listening. Okay.
Right. But if you're calling, that's different, where you're just kind of positioning, but you're still allowing them to do the pursuit. Right. Michael?
I just wanted to ask a question. Why are you looking at me like that, Cindy? No,
Come
I'm being
on,
real. No,
Okay.
she made a comment like the only people that approach that she feels like are married men.
Mm-hmm.
So is there some truth in the fact that married men have a little bit more confidence to shoot their shots versus the guys that are in that circle that you're looking to attract and they're not as aggressive?
Right.
Could that be something?
Well, when I heard you say it, when you just look at you, right, you're going to attract a confident man, period. Anyone else who might be attracted to you, they're going to be so overwhelmed, they're not going to say nothing at all. Okay. So
you have great energy.
Yes. So when you have a confident man, a lot of times, because not arrogant, not cocky, but confident.
There's definitely a difference.
They a lot of times have great careers, great professions, or in some kind of executive role or things like that, right? And my point in saying that is, a lot of times, a man of power, a man of position, or whatever it might be, attracts a lot of women. And because they want to be the wife. And if he's married, they want to take her place, And so they have become accustomed to that being the norm, that people don't give a damn about his wife.
Yep.
So,
very true.
That is very true.
That
is very true.
And so that's where I think your experience, because you're going to attract that kind of man who's confident. And so it's just, and then the places that you're in are going to probably have more of those kinds of men who are just happen to be married. And then they're confident and et cetera, et cetera. So it's just, it might be the bigger pool right now, that they just happen to be married, but you keep doing your thing. And, and I've definitely seen you out more networking. I mean, you probably already, but I've just seen it more.
I've been posting a little bit more, showing it a little bit more, but
And so you continue to be in area, you just continue to do what you're doing. And you'll attract that one when the time is right.
I'm gonna just tell you, you're a spicy lady.
Yes.
Like I don't know how to take that from him.
Yeah, but you're a spicy
what
lady.
What does
like,
that mean?
You're grown.
Elaborate.
Okay, so you're grown. So you're well put together. Your skin is glowing. You look like you've been around enough to know what the hell's going on, and you have seductive eyes. You don't realize your eyes are very seductive.
Oh,
extremely
I don't realize that.
So if you over here trying to be subtle, you're not subtle.
Right.
It's like come get this over here. You see this voluptuousness? Come over here. I see what you got going on.
Right. You know what's over here. You know what's popping.
But you don't know it. I'm serious. Listen to you talk. It's
don't be trying to read me, okay?
It's 36-1 out here, right? And when they start
is that ratio accurate, or are you just showing
look
it
at
out
my
there?
shirt?
Wow.
You stay away from me. Good girls, get the hell out of here. I don't even want to start your conversation line.
36-1.
36-1.
Oh, jeez.
It's just nuts.
Well,
I can have a whole
is that in Atlanta?
football team and subs.
That's in Atlanta, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's in Atlanta.
Metro. Oh, okay.
I
could.
Yeah.
I mean,
and really, it's not though.
It's bad.
It really is not. Though.
Listen,
it's really not 36.
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing some research when I get home because I'm gonna need to understand.
Oh, okay, got
36 women.
Oh, okay, got
36 women to each man. It's that many.
Yeah. Okay,
the numbers are ridiculous. Like the chicks around me, you see me, I don't approach women.
Yeah.
I do not walk up to a woman and say nothing. I am not finna interrupt you.
Is this what I'm dealing with right now, Cindy?
100%.
Okay.
I'm 6'5", 220 pounds. I'm not finna interrupt you.
6'5", yeah.
See? Done.
There you go.
It's a middle finger right here.
You know what? I'm so done. Oh my God.
Don't start no trouble.
That's a level like you
Look,
said.
he got the hat on. Like
it's a middle finger up. Like, hey.
Oh my God.
Like I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. Really, women that have themselves put together, they like the idea of a bad boy a little bit. They like it a little bit. You don't got to be a thug, but if you see my fitness page, I mean,
I think that's true for girls in high school, and I'm using the word "girl" for a reason.
Adults. I'm talking adult women.
Adult
women, women who have been married, women who have children that are grown and live this life.
Okay.
I'm telling you, because this is my experience. Them the only women
that's
I
your
really deal with.
experience, yeah.
What are you saying? Women are doing what now?
They kind of like a bad girl.
They kind of,
a bad boy.
Like you don't want a yes man. You want a man that is got a little edge to him a little bit, like
edge, but bad boy no.
But you can calm him down. Like you know what I'm saying? Like as my lady, you can be like, babe, that's enough. And
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
But he'll take that. He'll take off.
Yes. Like I had to do the husband like that.
Hold
I
up, man.
literally just grabbed him and just turned him this way.
Right, but he'll
before
listen
it went
to
all
you.
the way left.
Redirect his energy, right?
Let's just
But you
turn
know
this way.
that's in there because that makes you feel safe.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Even the wild side, we was talking about the nymphos. Vice versa. She could handle him. She entertained him. Now you don't.
Yeah.
You bore me now. Like imagine me being soft. It wouldn't work. I got shades on that reflect you looking at me. I want you to see yourself looking at me. This is what you look like.
You know what?
I'm just saying, like that's the kind of swag.
You do this every Thursday.
That's the kind of swag guys got out here. It's 36-1. So if you over there blinking your eyes at me, or if you wave from a distance, imagine, okay, you're not like that.
So
her and her friends over here shaking their ass, and one waves at me,
and,
and I walk over there, and now my head between some titties.
Oh, geez.
How did we get here? We went way over.
But I will say this from what I've seen, but it's really though, your atmosphere, the environment that you are in with your profession, that is the reason why you see a certain level to the capacity that you see.
Come on now. That's the job I have now.
Right.
That's what I have now. I was a teacher. I was a mailman.
And people were shaking their whatever
Listen,
at school.
Like the energy, it's just, like, it's just all the way back. I was a hooper. I mean,
What's
it just
that?
go all the way. I played
A
basketball.
Oh.
So I got the little.
I just honestly think it is your experience because that's
Yes,
what you
my
want to experience it.
Yeah.
I agree.
You're here for that.
Yes.
And you want to be here for that.
I'm
But
retired now.
You ain't. You said you done.
I'm outside when I'm bored, though.
Because it's the summer. It's the springtime. The spring is.
I just
coming.
want to flirt. I'm a big flirt. I ain't talking about shit.
All right.
Shit at all no more. It's over.
Okay. All right. So, when it comes to, do you online date?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And I initially, well, I guess I attempt to.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
tough.
scary.
I never did it.
Online dating is scary. I did it when I initially came here, right? Just to kind of get a sense of where I was and the environment and what was going on and all those other kind of things. And I very quickly got off of there. And then the last 2 years I started up again. But it's just, it's
So,
silliness. It's silly.
Let me tell you what my friend that's going to come on the show, she told me a couple things today about the online dating because I know that she, even though she's a social, she loves jazz clubs and things like that. Even though she's social like that, is typically social with her, her circle of friends.
Okay.
Right.
But her men, she has found online dating. And so there were some people, some young ladies talking to her, and they're like, well, which one do you, not young ladies, ladies her age, what dating site are you on? And she's like, you're asking the wrong question. It has nothing to do with what site it is. It's about you knowing how to use it. So one of the things she was saying was, if you're looking at, really do, the reading of the profile, look at it all. If he's posing by his cars and things like that, he's trying to impress you with his things, but if you're looking at his profile and it says, I'm looking for a very close friend, but you're looking for marriage, why would you swipe left, right, whichever it is that you want to talk to that person? That is not who you're looking. You guys are, looking for the physical part, the physical part more than, what it is that you're actually really looking for. The other thing that she said, which I have been talking about this for years, and to hear her say this, I was like, because I've not heard, I think maybe one other person say this. When you want to date a certain type of guy, you need to study that person. And like she was like, let's say that you want to date some high executive, right? This is the ideal guy for you. If it could be a ball player, it could be anybody, but let's just use this as an example. She said, if you're trying to date a high executive person and you don't like to wear makeup at all, not the full beat, nothing like that. You don't like to wear makeup. She said, what you don't want to accept is that this high executive,
he's going to need to take you out. He's going to need to take you to business events. You got to get with it.
Polly. It's not taking Polly to the whatever the high end, he wants someone who has themselves together.
Right.
And what do you guys think about that?
I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely. And that's my point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my point. People don't know how to date because you have to have some patience and you have to be able to know what you're looking for.
Right.
I'm very clear that I don't want the good girl because I have to be attentive. And really, good girls are my kryptonite. I was married for 16 years.
Yeah.
So I know how to be a husband.
Yeah.
And after not being good enough to be a husband, I know what I did wrong.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, if I do this, this will lead to this. I don't want to go that way. So I'm going this fucking way.
Intentionally.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to be in the relationship where it's all me, I'm your everything. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times with dating, especially in the city I live in, people just love variety. They love options. Patient, like you said, swipe left and right. She is doing her research. Yeah. She's never going to have a problem if you're doing research.
Well, I don't know because...
I mean, on what it takes.
Yeah.
Like, on what you look like.
Yeah.
She's aware of what she looks like, one. Based on what you say. I can tell she's aware of what she looks like.
Yes.
What she brings to the table.
Yep.
And you may think, oh, I'm this, I'm that. But no, what do you look like? Like, I got an egghead, right? I know I got ears, you know what I'm saying? Like, your flaws and your things that people like. Know what you look like and know what you attract.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and here's the thing, too. And this is in my city. If I walk past some attractive women and they batting their eyes and they doing whatever they doing, and I keep walking, now I'm gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
wow.
I'm looking at them like, look, it's 36-1. I just walked past a group of chicks. I don't have that much conversation today. I got shit to do.
Right,
You get what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Like,
right.
I didn't
look
already
good.
flirted today. I'm
you
done.
look great.
Right,
You
right.
look great. No, there's nothing wrong with you. Look good. Catch me another time. I might come over there. Then my head to be in your titties. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this is like
The theme of the day.
I got shit to do. I'm
head
not motorboating
in the
every
titties.
7
Okay.
titties they're smiling.
We got it. We got it.
But I know what I look like. I recognize that women like height.
Yeah.
Women like men in shape.
I am still a believer in people just in general. Not just men, but just people in general, no sugar from salt.
Yes.
And there's certain I have seen with my own eyes a male approach a totally different woman, same age, so sleazy in my eyes. Just like with, talking about their ass,
Little
all kinds of stuff, right?
touchy-feely,
Yeah, real
inappropriate.
touchy-feely.
Yeah.
And then come to me with dozens of flowers and just gifts and and just like not begging, but just like respectfully asking just for a phone call. Just starting there. I've seen it with my own eyes.
I agree with that. But you don't even know that how you're doing it. See, you can have two women can look exactly the same. It could be twins.
Yeah.
And a man can tell them apart.
Yes.
Based on how she said hello and how she said
Yes.
immediately. We're so physical.
Yes.
How she stand, how she put her hip.
Yes.
The way she blinked her eyes up.
Yes.
This one right here off the chains.
Yeah.
Right now. Yep. Come over here, let me smack that ass. What you looking at? I see you. Over here.
Terrible.
I'm finna bring you some flowers.
Yeah.
But this is the truth. Like men sit around, we have those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, I came at her, she wasn't even feeling it.
I think one of the things that people do on dating apps is that they're not honest about who
At
they
all.
are. And if you're not honest about, okay, so my dating app, I have pictures of me, like I said, I'm gonna look cute in one picture. I might just be regular at I might be in the kitchen in one picture because I want to show you what my interests are.
Sure.
I might be at the gym in another picture, but I'm not gonna just be there posed up with a cute pocketbook in it because that's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Now I do know how to do that. I've
Yeah.
shown you already that I know how to clean up nice.
Yes,
And if you need to
yes.
take me to a business event, I'm gonna be able to have an intelligent conversation. I'm
Right.
educated. I own my own business, like all of those things. So I make sure that I include my, what is it called? The bio, whatever that's called, right?
Uh-huh, the profile.
So your
Yeah,
profile,
mhm.
there you go.
Yeah.
So I'm honest about who I am, and then I'm honest about what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people don't do that. So I'll give you an example. So if a guy, goes to reach out to me, I'm not going to immediately respond.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you got to do your research. I go to his page, go to his
Yeah,
thing first,
yeah, uh-huh.
read everything he talking about. And he getting ready to get me for this one. If I go there and your bio or profile has 2 sentences, I'm going to just keep going. If there's a bunch of typographical errors, I'm going to keep going. If there's 30 questions that you could have chosen to respond to and you only responded to 2 of them, I'm going to keep going because what that says to me is that you're not serious. You've come to this app to date and find a high quality woman.
You know what?
That's it. That's
You're
simple.
not serious.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll say this.
I
if,
like that.
If I had, but if I had that approach, I would not be married to my wonderful husband today.
Yeah, but she's a control freak, so she need to know everything. She needs
Not everything, but 2 sentences. I don't even know any. You're not giving me anything to have a conversation with you about.
Yeah, so I think that's when we go into the patience, in the dating game.
I
Because
guess so.
I've said for a while when it came to my first marriage, it did not last long, but I was young. I was like 22. He was older, but and when I say older, just 8 years, I think 8 years. So he was barely 30 at the time, and even though I did everything that I thought a wife was supposed to be, even though I knew who I was, but I just thought I was supposed to be that over here at work and with my friends, but then at home I'm just supposed to be like Susie Homemaker and have sex when he wanted, and like that's what I thought I was supposed
Like
to be.
some boxes that you
yeah,
need to just
like
check.
I hear him outside. Is the food ready? Dinner ready? Like that's
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Right. Long story short. But what I learned from my first marriage is you have to have backbone to be married. If you want to be married,
Yeah.
you have to have backbone, and you have to, while you have backbone, have flexibility. But flexibility doesn't mean losing yourself. But with that, being said, if you're coming into a partnership, a lifetime partnership, whether it's legally married or you have just committed to be with each other for life without the government involved, it's a partnership. So sometimes when you come, if you think, we're all business owners here. When you have let's say me and you go into business and we've got some big project coming up, but then something happens and what I'm accustomed to you doing, I got to fulfill that role, right? Mm-hmm. But I could be like, she ain't doing shit. She ain't do what she said she was going to do, blah, blah, blah. Sever these ties and I'm going over here because they look like they doing what they supposed to do, right? So my point is, when it comes to the patience in dating, I have learned in this marriage that I have great patience, that he has great patience, and we have purpose. And it's like, what are we married for? To keep each other off the market? If you're trying to get someone off the market, that's not enough.
Oh yeah, no, definitely
that's the thing.
Not.
People will trap somebody with kids. They think that way, or you just deal with me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'll keep you occupied. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think you do have to have a point. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to build an empire together? Are you trying to travel together?
You have
Whatever
to have
it
You have to have
or
common goals. That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they say get married when you're a little older, so you can kind of understand a little bit more.
Not that younger people can't have a successful marriage, but it is very hard. Especially
you don't even know who you want to be.
I would not recommend it.
It's just
I don't recommend it at all. One, you don't have to get out there and be a hoe. You ain't got to do all that.
Right.
But you do want to be out there and experience life without having to be obligated to consider someone else.
Basically figuring out who you are.
Yeah.
And
without
you don't have
rules.
to all the way know that, but you want to at least get a start on that. Like to try to kind of weed through and figure out some of your own stuff first before you go. 'Cause a lot of times, they say that we come into relationships broken. Yeah. And there's different levels of brokenness. Sure. But, we come into relationships broken when we're young because we're not even old enough to even be aware of the fact that we have brokenness inside of us, right?
Yes.
That doesn't take place when you're 19 or 22. You're not even aware. So it's not even about it being your fault. You're just unaware. You're not self-aware yet. Yeah. And so now you come into this thing with a whole bunch of stuff that's you carrying around. He's coming into it with a bunch of stuff he's carrying around, and now it's a disaster because you thought that love was going to be enough, and it's not.
It is not.
It's never enough. So
I can understand that, because you all were married when you were young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got married young too. Yeah. I was 23 when I got married. So,
and I'll tell you this, my friends that I know that are still married today, that got married when they were young, they miserable. They miserable. I honestly,
true though.
I honestly, to be honest with you, they may not be miserable. We're like, oh, I'm just depressed, but some are. And some, they just, they're just going through the motions.
They're tolerating at this point. Because
and that is not fun. That's not fun. I don't want to do that till death do us part. I'm sorry.
I'm just loyal. I just believe, all right, I'm going to suck it up. I needed her to say, we probably need to go other ways. Ooh. I'm like, cool. I really was like, all right.
I'm that one.
Once I go back outside,
I'll be like, I can't do
this is my one shot at it. This is my one shot. I got one try.
I told my husband, I'm like, I am 100% committed as long as I know that you're committed. Even if I have to carry us for a second, if I know that you're fighting with me, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
But
that's the key.
Okay. But the moment I feel like you're not trying or I can't reach you, like my words no longer mean anything, like, ooh, it's a spiral downhill at that point. Because I don't want to do life. I like to live. If you pay attention to how I live, I like to live.
You stay in a restaurant. I'm a foodie, so I notice that if I don't know anything else, I know that Cindy is out at the restaurant.
That's right.
Let's go get something.
At least once a day. Sometimes when I see you at the restaurant twice, I'll be wanting to say, girl, come and get me. I'm hungry.
I absolutely love it. I realized at some point in time that, that's why he got to keep making money and I got to keep making money, because I actually love it. I actually enjoy someone saying, let's meet at lunch or dinner, or let's go. I absolutely enjoy it.
Let me tell you something. Food it brings people together in a way that's indescribable.
Yes.
Like, it's one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much. Yes. Like, I have this joke. I mean, I do it for a living now, but prior to me doing it for a living, I used to say, if you're eating my food, I care about you.
I know that's
because
right.
I put my absolute, like, I like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in the kitchen, it's my place where I can be free. I can be creative. I feel empowered. Okay. And when I'm feeding you, I love you probably. You're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
do you
it's a great
cook,
experience.
early on when you're seeing someone?
No.
Dang, you should though.
But I'm going to tell you why not.
Okay.
So earlier when I said that I'm fine with being a certain way in a relationship, even though I'm getting this title of being some boss, whatever.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to own that yet, to be honest with you, because I think that if I own that too much publicly, it's gonna
publicly, I
radiate
can
out
understand
that I'm not.
I understand that.
I can't be, and I'm gonna use the word submissive. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll probably get backlash for that too, but whatever at this point, right? I don't want to keep putting that out there publicly, boss this, boss that, because I mean, yes, I am, right? But I know another way, and I know that there's another way you need to be in order to be with a man, right? Because that's just the way it is,
right?
But when I'm doing that, I feel like it gets taken for granted.
I can understand.
And so in this dating environment, you see what I'm saying? Back in the day, the first time, me and my ex-husband, he came over, I cooked.
Okay.
I threw down in that kitchen. Yes. That's how I got him to ask me to marry him in 2.5 months.
Yes.
Okay. So at the end of the day, I know that it works, right? It worked then. Now it gets construed that, she gonna do all this cooking and this and that. What I need to commit to her? Oh no, I don't need to call her back. She gonna do. That has been my experience. So I don't do it.
Yeah,
I don't do it.
They're leeches. They're leeches.
I
was a mechanic in the military, a driver, comeback mechanic, handyman around the house. If you looking at me, I'll just call G to come do this. I'll just call G to help me move. I don't love it.
Yeah.
I just know how to do it.
Sure.
So even in a regular conversation, right? You first meet somebody. The first time you're talking to someone and they find out you're a chef, I always get that.
Yeah, you gonna
before
cook for
you
me?
even ask me on a proper date, like on a date.
You know what?
You
But
want me
I'll
to
say
cook
this.
for you.
I
That's
feel
a complete. If anyone's watching me here, that is a complete and absolute turn off.
But
I mean,
let's give them a little bit of grace.
Okay, then help me, Cindy. Please help a sister out.
Let's give them a little bit of grace. I think that sometimes it's a what they see as a conversation starter, because it's not even necessary. It's like, oh, let me just go here.
Yeah.
Now of course there might be some that's just buttholes, whatever. But I don't think it's many of those.
I mean, I usually handle the question gracefully, right?
Yes.
I never like, break it out of my face. Like I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But
it's
no,
like, okay,
but at
possible.
the end of the day, it's still a turnoff for you,
It
right? So
is.
instead of it being a turnoff, just like he's just probably nervous of what to say.
Right.
Okay. I will take that under advice.
Yeah.
Come on to the jungle. It's
I will take that
They're gonna
under
say
advice.
anything just to get you. Let's get talking. This is what
Let's
you
get
do. You
talking.
love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then, but it could be something simple as let's start with coffee first.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I usually kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes.
telling
Let's,
you.
Not even how it goes.
That's usually what
Not
I
even
do.
how it goes.
People have
Let's start with coffee
conversations.
first.
They have corny conversations start. And they're walking. I can beat you at basketball. Listen,
Right.
I have not played. Like I'm
Oh,
done.
really?
I don't like no. Yeah, okay.
Right.
They just want to say
And
anything.
listen,
It's
and
just
really,
like
inside, I'll be like, I will dunk on your ass right now. You got me fucked up. Like
not dunk on her. Not dunk on her.
All the way
because
done.
that's the
He's a
hooper
wild
in me.
boy.
It's like you say you're like, look, that's the wrong thing to say. I get it. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like a little weird. I don't know.
Well, no, I think
weird.
that's all. It's just be specific. When they say that, just say, let's just start with coffee first and just move on.
Girl, I'm gonna try that. Okay. And I'm gonna call you up and be like, "Yo, Cindy, it
That
worked."
I'm telling
All
you.
right, y'all. Guess what?
What?
It's over.
What?
Bang.
It's a
This was
wrap.
awesome.
I'm so glad that you joined us. And this, where the hand claps at? This is her first live radio interview, right?
Yes,
Congratulations.
first ever. So you guys got the exclusive.
Yes,
Man, you
I
do
love
this.
it.
I feel like we got lied to. She been in the dating game too long.
I didn't.
She been in the dating game
Well,
too long.
thank
She
you so
lied
much
to.
for having me. I appreciate it. If you need me to come back and talk about some other
Yes.
stuff, then
We
I'll be
would-
more than happy to do that.
We will definitely have you back for sure. Please tell
Cindy B,
everyone one
hold
more
on.
time.
Can we say
What?
we hit it first?
Hey,
You know what?
I can.
What's happening? What's
We
happening?
done the jungle. The king is here, baby.
Us being your first. We hit it first. It's all good.
Hit it first,
That's
right.
the men for you.
Y'all did hit it first.
I'm
gonna have
to
to
go to
let-
sex appeal
I'm
right
gonna
there.
let y'all to have
There
it.
it is. At the end of the
There
show,
it
she brought it
was.
out. Y'all hit it first. Woo. Let me back up from the table.
So crazy. All right. Please tell everyone one more time where they can find you on social media and where they can look at all of your products that you have.
Yes. So I'm E. Marie Eats everywhere. That's e.marie.eats. But E. Marie Eats. If you Google that, you'll find me Facebook, Instagram, my website, emarieeats.com, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. You can get my cookbook. You can get my gourmet spice collection. I have 14 different gourmet spice blends, and when I say they are banging, they are banging. So come and check me out, you guys.
Yes, indeed. All right, G Cool. Tell them where they can find you.
All right, you can find me on Facebook at Barbarian Burn. Thanks to Cindy B. Instagram, Barbarian Burn, and then my personal page is G Cool 5.0.
That's right. All right, y'all. You know where you can find me every single Thursday, except for I'm on break. The radio station is actually on break tomorrow. I'll be back in 2 weeks. But outside of that, you know where you can find me, The Cindy B. Spell my name right, SYNDY, TheCindyB.com, The Cindy B everywhere else. And I will see you in 2 weeks. This is The Unbroken Experience with Cindy B on Power 108.9. And I'll see you next time.